3 a.m. and I'm about to do something either really cool or really stupid. So welcome to Basel Badischer Bahnhof in Switzerland. As many of you may know, unless you're just now finding this channel, in which case, hi, hello. I'm a big fan of the Deutschlandticket, the 49, well, I guess 58 euro now, a month ticket that lets you take every regional train, tram, bus, and publicly operated ferry in Germany. And that's cool. However, some politicians, very naughtily, don't seem to like the public good that is this ticket and are debating getting rid of it, which would make me very sad. So just to show how useful it is, and also because I'm gonna use it to go all the way from Switzerland to Denmark. See, the Deutschlandticket has an interesting caveat, which is it works for all regional trains that begin and terminate in Germany with a German operator, which means that there are some cross-border routes that work. So today, after dealing with hopefully not a lot of delays, knock on wood, you know, German trains can be, but after what's supposed to be 9 trains and 2 buses and 17 hours of travel, we're going to go all the way from Basel Bad Bahnhof here in Switzerland to Padborg, Denmark. So with that, let's kill some time because I have like an hour to my first train to Freiburg. Decided to walk outside for a bit and it's fucking cold in Basel. Just like how it was fucking cold in Zurich. I think I should have worn a thicker jacket. Hello and welcome to Basel Badischer Bahnhof, not to be confused with Basel SBB, which is the main station here. Now, I am in Switzerland right now. However, this station is operated by the Deutsche Bahn, and thus the perfect place to begin my journey across Germany, south to north. Or at least it will be whenever my train finally arrives. I still have so much time to kill it. Basel Bad Bahnhof, or not Bahnhof. I'm tired. I haven't slept since like 8 a.m. yesterday. Anyways, elevator review. Ooh, yeah, we're back in Deutsche Bahn territory with just a hint of piss smell. It's pretty clean on the whole. The entire station's clean, but like, yeah, just like a hint of piss smell. Ooh, an ICE. That would take me across Germany oh so quickly, if I was allowed to use it. I don't know what the deal is with these plant displays in the middle of the platforms, but like when it's late at night, or I guess early in the morning like this, and there's no one around, and there's just this in the middle of the platform, it kind of gives it like a dead American mall feel. I wish there was a McDonald's or something that was 24 hours nearby, so I guess I'm just gonna spend the next 45 minutes chilling on the platform, maybe watching some YouTube, and then I guess we'll just cut to when my train finally pulls in. Okay, so the train's here. As soon as I open the door, I'm going to start the timer. And let's see how fast we can get to Denmark with the Deutschlandticket. The train pulled in about 5 minutes early. First stop will be just over the Swiss border in Freiburg in Briscoe. Hi everyone, voiceover Jamie here to explain a bit more, as my train begins to snake its way across the border towards our first actual German stop of the day, Weil am Rhein, en route to our first transfer in Freiburg. I really wish I could have spent some more time in Switzerland, even if a sandwich and coffee at Zurich airport cost me nearly 21 euros. The trains were just super good. Speaking of trains, I'd like to show you a bit more of this first route of the day, but do you know that most of the time it's dark outside at 4 a.m.? Who'd have thunk it? It's dark still. This first train of the day is going from Basel to Freiburg in Brisgau. A city renowned for its beautiful old town mini tramways, complete with my favorite, grassy tram tracks. And even if it was light outside, I'd probably see none of that since I have a whopping 10 minutes to make my connection. Alright, so we're right on time pulling into Freiburg, and I have 10 minutes to go from platform 4 to platform 1 to catch a train to Karlsruhe, so I think we're off to a pretty good start. It's also still very cold in Freiburg, but it's not nearly as cold as in Switzerland, which is probably good. This isn't a very hot Bahnhof. Oh cool, our next train's already waiting for us. And with that very small stop in, I'm sure it's beautiful if I could actually see it. Freiburg, it's off onto our next train towards Karlsruhe.
Herzlich willkommen im RE7 nach Karlsruhe Hauptbahnhof.
Alright, so this train's just a bi-level version of the last one, and it's still dark out, and I just checked, and sunrise isn't even going to be till like 20 minutes after we reach Karlsruhe. So, unless there's like a delay or something, I'm going to do a jump cut, and I'm going to see you when I get off the train, and I'm going to take a well-deserved nap.
Ausstieg links.
Yo! Hey, I didn't mean to do this, but clean elevator club. Good job, Karlsruhe. I made a trophy for you. Now, there's two things I want to do with the 45 minutes I have in Karlsruhe. First off, I want to see if I can find one of their funky tram trains, and I don't think I'm going to ride it just because I'm a little nervous, but you know, get a picture of it. And second off, I want breakfast because I'm hungry. I found a regular tram, and then interesting, so those are the trams and those are the S trams. Wow, there's one over there. Let me see how they're kind of funky and look different from normal trams. Okay, so like as the originator of what we'd call the modern Stadtbahn, seeing them in person, really cool. I'm very cold. There is a frost warning here. I'm going to get breakfast. Mickey D's. I know they don't have hash browns here, but it will do. I got food, and with 20 minutes to spare. Alright, so the next train, which we're catching in about 10 minutes, is going to, I think, I haven't heard of this town before the trip, but Bingen on the Rhine? Bada bing? Bada boom. And that's probably gonna be on track. Oh, let's see, RE6, where is that? Okay, so I didn't know this yet, but the train I need to Bingen am Rhein is a weird one. Part of why I'm struggling here is because I know I need the RE6, which you can see right here, but sometimes different train routes in Germany can share numbers. Oh, interesting. So it changes number at Neustadt. On the schedule I downloaded from the DB app, which by the way is fantastic and really made planning my route today fairly easy, it showed this route as having two numbers actually, RE6 and RE36. What I didn't realize is that at some point, the train I'm about to board, which is the RE6, will change numbers and in fact head towards Bingen here instead of just stopping in Neustadt. Oh, another on time, actually, even earlier arrival. The DB is playing nice today. As it turns out though, this train would not continue to play nice with me. However, as I know it's close to what my app displays as boarding times, what you're also seeing real time is me double checking boarding and crossing my fingers and hoping that the DB doesn't decide to just change things up on me today, which has happened to me before. In the past, I've actually had trains canceled or even skip a few stops while I'm already on board. That totally wasn't an anxiety-inducing experience whenever it happened at all. Okay, wow, this train is insanely bad. This is not a flatter. And another on-time departure. departure. That's 3 for 3, DP. By this point, the sun was already mostly up, which meant I could actually get some good window shots. That is definitely good because we were about to enter one of the most scenic parts of Germany. But first, it's time to see, will the train actually change numbers in Neustadt as expected? Okay, so we're just now pulling out of Landau Hauptbahnhof, and the next station on this leg of the journey is Neustadt. And Neustadt makes me a little nervous because at that point, this train's number changes, which I don't know why, but it seems to signal like a place where there could very easily be a delay to me.
Neustadt Weinstraße, Hauptbahnhof. Es besteht Übergang zur S-Bahn sowie zum übrigen Regionalverkehr. Diese Zugfahrt endet dort. Wir bitten alle Fahrgäste auszusteigen.
Alright, so despite what the announcement just said, the number and the destination thing just changed, so I think we can just stay on board.
Oh, thank fuck, that worked.
Thankfully, I was correct, and we were off on our way through the Rhineland. Ah, the Rhineland. Birthplace of Karl Marx, filled to the brim with postcard-esque vistas, and as it turns out, also filled to the brim with tunnels and windy curves. Okay, I'm a little nervous now. We're leaving Neustadt with a 4-minute delay, so I'm not completely ruling out yet, but I'm going to have to haul ass in Bingen. Unless we miss it, in which case, alternate routing. What you're about to see is my reaction to going through the Rhineland for the first time because, holy crap, this place was beautiful. So, I have good news and bad news. The good news is that this route from like Neustadt that we just went through is easily one of my favorite routes I've ever been on in Germany so far. Like, lots of turns and tunnels, and the countryside is filled with mountains. And oh wow, we barely spent any time at all there. And I think I know where we're hauling ass. We're 6 minutes late, according to my estimations, which means that I'm going to search probably when I reach Bingen, because I still want to get there, because God forbid I make an alternate route and then we get further delayed. This would not, in fact, be my only sub 10-minute connection of the day. It was, however, the only one that was planned. But, and who knows, maybe there's a chance we make it up, but let's see. I'll be following that, and I guess we'll see how it goes. And then things got more concerning. Literally just filmed that last bit and got the thing from the DVB navigator, and it's like, you probably won't reach your connection, so maybe I will see what they recommend. We're actually 2 minutes early. Alright, let's go, gamers. I hope platform 102 is closed. Why couldn't they number them like a normal station? Oh fuck, I think that's my train over there. Ah, 102. Hey, RMV, that's Frankfurt. Holy crap. Take that, delay Bahn. They're announcing my train's arrival, but look, foaming. And look, mountain. My train is about to arrive. Whew. And honestly, this was the one I was worried about. Obviously, Deutsche Bahn or any of the other regional operators could Deutsche Bahn me while I'm doing my thing, but this was the one connection I was really worried about, and it gives me confidence for the rest of the journey, especially since once we get past Koblenz, additional connections will be much easier to come by. Oh, what a funky little tray table. I think we're going to be right on time again. 4 for 4. Oh, interesting. They have an actual like snack and coffee service on board. That's really neat. Alright, snap time. And then a couple got into a shouting match, so that nap was short-lived. At least the scenery was still good. I napped for a grand total of 15 minutes, but hey, it's very, very pretty out here. We were making good timing towards Koblenz, with our train for most of the route actually operating roughly 5 minutes early. So, as it wasn't super eventful, here's a montage of all the pretty scenery. This is Bad Hauptbahnhof, and it might just be the smallest central station I've ever seen in any German city. It's 3 tracks. Can you really call a 3-track station a Hauptbahnhof? I don't know. Like, maybe if they reopen one of the additional Stade stations, they'll call the Bahnhof there Stade Hauptbahnhof. I have no real major rush for my next couple trains. We're actually going to be a couple minutes early, and then I have already, if we were on time, I'd have over 20 minutes. Now it's like 25 minutes until my next train, and it's apparently a cross-platform transfer, so that sounds awesome. Which will be going to Duisburg. It's not even the final destination of the RE5 I'm taking. I'm just getting off at Duisburg and then continuing on to Osnabrück. But yeah, I guess Koblenz, eh? Wow, this is like an actual full-size Hauptbahnhof. We arrived at Koblenz slightly early, yay! However, things would not go smoothly for this next leg. I guess it's not cross-platform though. I guess it's 2 and 3 together and not 1 and 2, which, you know, fair enough. Oh, whoa, I think that's my next train. Sorry. First off, have I mentioned Germans don't know how to queue? Entschuldigung. Second, Koblenz's main station had absolute crush capacity crowds. Ooh, it's going all the way to Frankfurt now. Oh god, maybe that 25 minutes is going to be tight after all. This is a zoo. Holy crap. This does not seem like the smartest station design, having just the one stairwell. It's one time I've been in a German station that's somehow more claustrophobic feeling than Hamburg Hauptbahnhof. Just absolute insanity, especially as it seems there is only one stairwell for everyone to use to get down from the train from Bingen. I'm not even making myself walk, I'm literally just being pushed by a crowd of people. This seems dangerous. If there aren't any updates past this, you know I've been crowd crushed to death. Well, thankfully, I was not in fact killed in an American Black Friday-esque crowd surge in Koblenz. Fucking A, that is horrible. That is the worst crowd crush I've ever seen in a station. Thankfully, the other platforms don't look nearly so bad, but that took like, holy crap, that took like 10 minutes just to get down those stairs. Things would not get much better on my next train, the RE5 to Oberhausen. Ooh, I get to take the Rhein-Ruhr Express. Well, let's do it. Let's sit upstairs. I would be taking this particular train to Duisburg, which I butchered the pronunciation of multiple times throughout this video. Like, seriously, I think I called it Duisburg most of the time. What the hell, past Jamie? Though, a friend who lives there said it perhaps deserves name butchering, so I guess that's something. And it seems I'm sitting on one of the bench seatings. It's very, very packed inside. I don't think I'll get good window views, so let's do a snap and see where we end up. I'm not sure if you can tell past the bird poop spatter, but I've made it to Cologne. On a related note, this RRX train is like ridiculously packed. Like, it feels like ideally they would have coupled another set to this one, because it's like standing room only. It's like a little scary. Also, for some reason, every single toilet on this one is broken. But they made an announcement about it. So, that's fun. The biggest problem here was the RE5 itself, an RRX train. The Rhein-Ruhr Express, considered by some folks as the pinnacle of regional rail in Germany. Though I'd actually disagree. These trains crisscross this region, heading to places such as Dusseldorf and Cologne, and, well, if you think these trains are awesome, you've clearly never actually ridden an RRX train before. Some major aspects of my RRX trip today included crush capacity crowds akin to those I saw in Koblenz all the way until we hit Cologne, a bench seat that, I don't mention here, felt like it had a spring poking into my ass, and also literally every single toilet on board was broken. All of them. They made an announcement and everything. By the time we were halfway to Duisburg, this train was smelling right.
Yeah, that is a stop train. I'm glad that the delay was only a few minutes, but I'm probably gonna have to haul ass at Duisburg now because it says I have like 7 minutes for that connection. And ooh, I was not expecting it to be that tight. As you can see, that's the cathedral over there. You know, I tried to climb that once. Keyword, tried. So here we are at Cologne main station. Cologne Hauptbahnhof, if you will. So let's go over a few things. First off, here are some blissfully empty seats. They might fill up again in a minute, but for now, it was so packed, standing room only, that I'm glad we have these here. Also, hey, here is an outlet. Very cool for a regional train. Here is yet another Black Friday-esque crowd. Here's the famous Cologne Dome Cathedral. Here is us going over the busiest rail bridge in Germany. And fun fact, Hamburg, trams go over that bridge over there, separate from this bridge. Here's a cool building I once went up to the roof and took some neat FOMA photography at. And finally, here is Gamescom. And now that we're in Messedeutsch, it seems that my connection to Duisburg to Osnabrück might not be reachable because of that unexpected stop. It might be if I like really run for it and assume we don't have more delays, but I am going to look into alternate options just in case.
As our emptier but still toiletless RRX train pulled out of Cologne, we stopped a few extra times unexpectedly, putting my connection in Duisburg further and further in jeopardy. I was clearly feeling a bit nervous as we got closer, aided in part by the fact I'd been staying very well hydrated throughout the day.
Wir begrüßen Sie im RE5 nach Oberhausen Hauptbahnhof. Nächster Halt, Düsseldorf Flughafen.
We're just now pulling into Dusseldorf Airport, which is the penultimate station for me anyways. It's the third to last in total for this train. But as soon as we pull out of this station, I'm gonna go downstairs and prepare to just speed out, gun it, or whatever you want to call it. Just jump out and switch platform as fast as I can so I can get on my train to Osnabrück. Oh my god, it might actually be doable.
Duisburg Hauptbahnhof, Ausstieg rechts.
Entschuldigung, sorry, Entschuldigung. I can't believe I actually made it. After a hold up in Dusseldorf and Cologne in the non-working toilets, I'm going to celebrate by taking a fat donkey piss. The door is broken in this toilet, but I wasn't kidding about that piss. I'm so happy to be back on this type of territory because Osnabrück I don't have the most experience with, but I've gone through there before. However, my connections after that are Bremen and Hamburg, and I know those like the back of my hand. I can, if something happens, which is a very high chance in the Bremen-Hamburg route, it's kind of a mess, I can figure something out. No problem.
This was foreshadowing for later. However, the route to Osnabrück was thankfully way lower stress. We sped through Essen while I chatted about what I was doing with a nice older lady who sat near me, making our way back to my home state of Lower Saxony.
Pulling into Food Town, because it's called Essen, and that means food in German.
Well, actually, there was one kind of odd bit.
So a guy just gone to the last station started playing trumpet. You know, that might work in New York, but I feel like absolutely everyone was just like if eyes could shoot daggers, that's what they were doing at him. It was really funny. You can hear in the next car over. I'm hungry and not expecting anything to be open by the time I reach Padborg. Do you think with the 18 minutes I'll have in Osnabrück there'll be enough time to get a snack? It's nice to be back in Niedersachsen. Okay, let's get that snack. I seem to have accidentally found a different platform. Oh no. You can't say you're out of it. I see it right there. Well, that was more work than it should have been. To Bremen. Woo. Dinner of Champions. That's nuts. You know, I know I still have 3 trains, including this one, and 2 buses left until we get to Denmark, but I'm honestly really surprised we've had no major delays or cancellations.
Jamie, you dumb bitch, you jinxed it.
You bitch!
You'll understand why I'm saying that once we hit Bremen.
This window's very dirty. Look at that. Is that mold? Oh.
The moldy windows were just the start of my problems on this train. First off, though it was by no means warm outside, it was feeling almost boiling inside in this RE train. I'm not sure if you can tell in any of the shots, but I felt sweaty as hell. Also, as we got closer and closer to Bremen, we started to have a push and pull of picking up delays and then whittling them down again, leading to a bit of anxiety on my part.
Part of me thinks I'm creating a sweet relief of death, and part of me just thinks I could go for like a Big Mac and maybe like a good 8 hours of sleep. And that is the reality of traveling from Switzerland to Denmark using only the Deutschlandticket.
And then finally, I doze off for about half an hour.
The thing is, I'm filming this in November, so it gets dark super early. It's like not even 5, we're already at sunset. I wonder if we'll even be able to see much of Bremen, let alone Hamburg.
Spoiler alert, we could not.
So, I know Germany has regional operators additional to, like, you know, that take like private contracts that the government dishes out along with all the DB regios. For example, the Rhein-Ruhr Express is operated by National Express, which is a private firm, and I think we're taking a Metronom train later.
Nächste Station, Twistringen.
But I will say there are some differences between each trains. For example, on this particular DB Regio train, the legroom is abysmal. I'm trying to find a good shot of the station name because it's called Zika. S-Y-K-E, but I can't help but think about psych. I hope I have enough thrilling commentary left in me for the Hamburg train. See, the one to Flensburg I'm going to be amped up for, but like, what am I going to have in the Hamburg one? I've taken that one so many times. Right here, I'm like, I'm sleepy. My butt hurts. I want some pizza. I can't wait to check into the hotel. See what I mean? Like, it's you can really tell I'm entering the 14th hour here.
To continue your journey towards Bremerhaven later, please use the replacement bus service. The departure stop is at the central bus station at bus platform J.
Yeah, I'm so happy. I just got my first scan of the day. See, the Deutschland ticket is worth it instead of committing crime. So, I mean, technically I do believe transit should be free, ideally. We seem to have stopped unexpectedly on the lead up to Bremen Hauptbahnhof, but honestly this happens like half the time whenever I come here, so I'm not too worried about it. Besides, I have like, even with the small delays, you can't really see it, but we're going again. It's been like 2 seconds. Very kind of the DB navigator out to look out for me, but I know Bremen Hauptbahnhof, this is going to be a very easy connection.
There was a lot of truth in that. Connecting across Bremen Hauptbahnhof? Easy. I've been there so many times, I know how to optimize my way across it. However, issues would come from the next train. The one and only train today, operated by Niedersachsen local operator Metronom, who, fun fact, is losing their operating tender in the next few years.
Yes, the Metronom train. Going via Rothenburg on the Wumi.
Little did I know, I was about to board the most delay-heavy train of the day.
Some fun facts about the Metronom trains. The Wi-Fi is generally pretty good, and the legroom I find to be better than on the regular DB Regios, and also like they have actual tray tables. I don't understand that on like the red Regios. So I might rest up before we make our final connection in Hamburg to go to Flensburg. Final train connection. We have 2 buses still to take in Flensburg, but like that should only be about like 20 combined minutes of transit there, thank goodness.
Under the cover of darkness, our train lurched out of Bremen, heading back towards Hamburg. At this point, I was tired, and I even wondered if I'd be better off popping back home to Stade for at least a small nap, but something in the back of my mind said not to, and to just push on. But then, our train stopped, and then stopped again, and then, once again, stopped.
Oh, please make up time. Please make up time. Also, hi Buchholz. I hate that station's numbering. Platforms are numbered like 11, 1, 3, 6, 7. It's annoying. Knock on wood, we make it to Hamburg, okay? Ew. I gotta say, this is definitely the grodiest of all the trains I've been on today. A lot of graffiti and just garbage all over. As someone who lives in north of Niedersachsen, I find it weirdly fitting that there's a very high chance that the one and only misconnection of the day will be because of Metronom.
And even when the train did go, at times it felt like we were running at a snail's pace. At the very least, once we passed through Buchholz on the Nordheide, I met some very kind locals who were very amused as to why I was filming B-roll out a dark window, and got a good laugh when I told them I'd come all the way from Switzerland by regional train.
So some people may ask, Jamie, if you're so determined to, as quickly as possible, get to this connection Hamburg to Flensburg so you can then take those buses to Padborg, why are you taking the slower RB41 and not the faster RE4? And the answer is simple. The schedule's just lined up this way between my arrival from Osnabrück and when my departure to Flensburg would be.
The delays just kept racking up. At our most dire point, we hit over 40 minutes delayed. It would take a miracle to make my next connection on time.
Erreichen wir Hamburg Hauptbahnhof. Dieser
I'm like,
Zug
this is
endet
much
dort. Wir
easier.
bitten Sie alle auszusteigen. Für Ihre weiteren Reisemöglichkeiten achten Sie bitte auf die Fahrplananzeigen sowie die örtlichen Lautsprecherdurchsagen am Bahnsteig. Beim Aussteigen vergessen Sie bitte nicht Ihr Handgepäck. Das Metronom-Team verabschiedet sich von Ihnen. Wir wünschen einen schönen Abend.
Holy shit, we made it to Hamburg. I'm in Hamburg and I miss... What, can we see that final delay tally?
It seemed I was going to have to find a spot to find the next best way to Denmark. At the very least, there was one small silver lining though. I could finally get that Big Mac I'd been craving all day. Truly, you can take the girl out of North America, but you can't take the North America out of the girl. And thankfully, the new plan was just catch the next train to Flensburg, which left in an hour.
That right there is the last train of the day. If I get on that and I can make it to Flensburg, I can figure out the rest bus-wise. I say that because I got know that the first of the 2 buses I was originally supposed to get got canceled. But that's okay, because we're delayed an hour now and we can take the next one.
Truly nothing could stop me now. I felt a second wind hit me. I just might actually accomplish this.
Today from platform 11, section 83.
Oh.
So yeah, I was kind of scared. I thought we were gonna head that way for some reason. And I was like, oh god.
Special shout out to Marissa, who I met on this leg of the journey, who kept me in high spirits most of the way to Flensburg. I do wish we could have seen parts of this route during the day. This route has some great highlights, such as the one and only appearance of the Hamburg S-Bahn in this adventure, the lovely town of Elmshorn, and the Rendsburg High Bridge, which I actually did grab some footage of, which I'll probably just shove at the end of this adventure.
This town's name is literally Turp, you know, like the outdoor blanket.
As we got closer and closer to Flensburg, I felt more and more invincible. Everything was lining up. Nothing could stop me now.
This is it. The next stop is Flensburg. This is as far north as I can go on this line on a train, so we need to switch to 2 buses. One will take 5 minutes, another about 20. One takes me to the Zentrales Omnibusbahnhof, one takes me to the border. And then it's just a quick jump across the street. I started at like 3:30 this morning, and now it's almost 10 p.m. and I'm so ready for this.
And then seemingly, at the last possible moment, disaster struck.
Sehr geehrte Fahrgäste, eine Information wegen unbefugten Personen im Gleis.
I spoke too soon. There's someone on the tracks. We are stopped literally right outside Flensburg Bahnhof. There goes the bus to Padborg. So, what have we learned today? It's that trains in north of Germany cannot be trusted. So I was talking with someone here. We are 100 meters from the Bahnhof. 100 meters, roughly. And there's a person on the track.
This really could have been a run killer had things not lined up perfectly when I got off the train.
The timer that is currently at 17 hours, 54 minutes, and 14 seconds.
So much for this challenge taking just over 17 hours, yeah?
So, update, the train has just started moving way faster than I expected. There's another bus. It would take me 20 minutes of walking, but screw it. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna get to Denmark tonight, y'all. Let's go. Fuck, where the bus is. Bus that way. Okay. Real towels. Oh, that's not good. Oh, but the next one. I'll see you in Denmark. Okay, I guess this is the one.
Special thanks to the awesome bus driver as well, who, when I asked about getting to the border and quickly explained the challenge I was doing, gave me advice on how to make it to Denmark that very evening.
Small, very last minute change. We're not going to Padborg, we're going to Karlsruhe, but good enough. Okay, we're almost at the Zob.
See, instead of going to Padborg-ish and then walking 20 minutes across the border, I could instead change the Zob to a bus to Karlsruhe Grenze. Literally a stop at the Danish border. There'd still be a short walk to reach the first piece of Danish public transport infrastructure, a bus stop just across the way, but it would for sure get me there faster than the Padborg route at this point, since I apparently chose to go to Flensburg while some of their bus operators were striking. Oh, whoops.
Alright, number two. Oh my god. This is Kupfermüller Grenz. So ready for gambling. But after Denmark. There it is. The bus that'll take me to the border.
I was so excited I even took a picture to send back home to my husband. Finally, not only had I traversed Germany north to south by public transit, but I could officially call myself a YouTuber as well.
That's my bus. Let's go to Denmark, y'all. This is the final bus, and we just take it all the way to Kupfermüller Grenz. I can't believe it. I actually can't believe it.
You better believe it, past Jamie. You crossed mountains and rivers, went on trains with broken bathrooms and trains with moldy windows, and ate like you did back when you were a broke university student. but it seems you did in fact do it. You may not know it now, but the bus you're onto the border is even the last bus of that night. No, seriously, if I'd missed this one, I just would have been SOL. I may have taken a lot of luck, but it seems I had in fact made it from Switzerland to Denmark.
Danke! There it is. Denmark. I'm here. Granted, as this is a transit challenge, I need to walk over there and touch one of the Danish side bus stops. So let's do it. I guess I can't film as much as I want, as there's no lights here, so I'm gonna use my phone torch. Goodbye, Germany. I'll be back in like an hour. I can't believe it. Welcome to Denmark. I've done it just using a Deutschland ticket. Border checkpoint right there. I read that was a thing that was happening again, but I guess it's just cars. Oh, is that what I think it is? Yeah, I guess that's the bus station. We've done it. We've done it, folks. We crossed all the way from Switzerland to Denmark using a Deutschland ticket. Oh my god, yeah. Let's do this right about now. I can't believe it. I made it all the way to Denmark. 19 hours, 20 minutes, and 27 seconds! You know, usually I end these YouTube videos by answering a question that was graciously given to me by a viewer, but I think since I made it to Denmark, I should give them something gracious and plant a flag of sorts here. So, what do you think? Maybe right here?